Chapter 10: When Disaster Strikes. The graduation ceremony is almost over. There you are on stage, in the middle of telling a story to inspire the fresh school leavers. All eyes and ears are fixed on you. Suddenly, the power goes out. The backup generator is taking an age to kick in. What do? You've begun hosting an afternoon wedding reception when it dawns on you that you're fast running out of daylight. Someone forgot to remember that the sun does go down in the evenings. There's no generator in sight. In a matter of minutes, the venue will be enveloped in pitch blackness. What do? You face an incredible range of unexpected situations that can severely test your creativity and wits. Rowdy guests, equipment malfunctions, no-shows from invited guests, weather changes. These are just a few scenarios you may have to contend with. As the MC, you are in a unique position. If the event is successful, everyone praises the organizer. If hitches mar the function, you take the blame. Yes, it may not sound fair, but that is just the way it is. When things do go wrong, the way you react is important. Here are a few tips you may find useful. Stick around and be prepared. At a corporate Christmas dinner, the performer had difficulties with his hands-free microphone. As soon as I identified the problem, I strode briskly to the stage and just handed over my cordless microphone to him. His performance continued without any further breaks in transmission. Could I have solved this issue if I were out of the hall fraternizing with the guests? I doubt it. Some MCs are only visible when they need to introduce a speaker or make an announcement. The rest of their time is used in disappearing to chat with long-lost friends or making endless phone calls. When something goes wrong, they will not be around to save the situation. The need to stick around and be alert and prepared is the reason why I do not support the idea of an MC eating on duty. There's often more than enough time after the event ends to deal with matters of the stomach. An MC must always be ready to deal with the unexpected, and a mouthful of grilled chicken will only interfere with your state of preparedness. Be alert. Stay calm. When the lights went out in the middle of a story I was telling at the end of a graduation ceremony, what did I do? I remained calm. Someone backstage came up and informed me there would be a slight delay before the generator took over. After what was probably the longest 2 minutes I've ever experienced, power was restored. 80% of the audience was still in the auditorium as I resumed my story. I remember the applause was long, loud, and warm at the end of the story. Standing still in the middle of that huge stage and fervently wishing for the lights to come back on was daunting, but I remembered to stay calm, and that worked for me. See solutions. When darkness threatened to cut short a garden reception I was emceeing, I had to react fast. Luckily, I was working with a co-MC. I asked her to get on with the event as I sped off to hand down temporary garden lights. After 30 minutes of fruitlessly combing the neighborhood, I drove back to the venue, my forehead crumpled in thought. It was now pitch black. Just as I was removing my key from the ignition, a scene from a TV ad flashed through my mind. In that commercial, a DJ who experiences a power cut asks drivers to open the doors of their parked cars, tune into a particular station, and turn up the volume of their radios. Inspiration! I sparked my car and flicked the headlights to high beam. I directed the shafts of light onto the table where the bridal team was seated. Then I set about convincing other guests to shine their lights on various parts of the garden. I knew we had saved the day when the bride called me aside and with the most brilliant smile thanked me for coming up with this plan. So there you have it. As the MC, the unexpected will happen. The important things to remember are the following. Stick around, stay calm, and see solutions. You can do it.